Alright, hello everyone! How are you doing? It's me and Anne. We are about to enter this ocean current. After last episode, we started at the top of the Tower of Gestalt and completed all of these puzzles to climb all the way down to the bottom from within. We are here to stop the Narzissenkreuz Ordo from their plans to supposedly save the world from the apocalypse, according to their world formula. But their plan does not seem very agreeable in terms of, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it kind of sounds like it involves fusing everybody together with the power of the Holy Blade of Narzissenkreuz. So we need to stop that from happening. Of course, in order to get here, we needed to create the Holy Blade of Narzissenkreuz and use it to unlock the seal. But nevertheless, our companions, Caterpillar and Seymour, are above fending off the Clockwork Mecha, who were, I think, rightfully positioned to stop anybody from entering the seal. But now we need to go in to make sure that whatever is trying to come out from the seal doesn't do that. And it seems that that entity might be Narzissenkreuz himself. There's some strange magic at play here. No, this is not the time to yawn, Ether. This is serious stuff. You're by yourself. There's no team here. There's no co-op mode. The entire tower sank into the sea and it's gone from the map. This is definitely some dangerous stuff here. So not time to yawn at all. But yeah, this has been pretty cool to just sort of learn about this line of the lore. Because it's just so cool. I was saying at the end last time, just how amazing the world building is in this game. That this is a massive side quest, but just how they're able to create the story and then create all of these pieces of lore and side elements is through all the notes that we've been reading, all the bits of pieces of information here and there, just making it more than just this story we're following, but just building the whole world around it. It's been so cool, and it makes me feel like we are the new Narzissenkreuz adventure team, and we are going to save the day now from the forces of evil. Did you just see Ether and yawn in tandem there? No time left to waste. Our friends are holding off the guards for as long as possible. Now it is time for us to enter the vortex. Here we go! Keep moving ahead. Okay, where are we going? We are now at the bottom of underneath the Mort region. Genesis of a certain micro-universe. What? Is this the primordial sea? I was gonna say that's a lot of primordial water. This is when what's his name was dissolving all of those women in that little puddle of, compared to this puddle of primordial water. That's what it looked like. It was almost like gravity defying. The water was trying to move up. Oh, this is so freaky. I know we're not gonna die because of it anymore, or ever, but still. The day of return has arrived. Who is that? Where are we going? Are we going in the water? Uh-oh. Okay, that looks very arena-like down there. Oh, teleport waypoint unlocked. Guys, I don't know about this one. Do you remember how I gave examples like Fecto Forgo in Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and then Elfric in Fire Emblem Three Houses, of examples of what happens when the bad guys end up fusing everybody together to form these abomination monsters? Actually, this one looks a little bit more put together compared to those examples, but you know, this is kind of a horrifying amalgamation of things here. albeit still taking a humanoid form. Alright, so I suppose you must be Narzissenkreuz, who has been awaiting the days where you can return and supposedly save the world, and we have brought the sword with us. That's a great plan. I sense reason. Visitors, are you the successors to Narzissenkreuz, or are you a threat? You have drawn your weapons. I see your answer.
Narzissenkreuz? Huh? This thing's Narzissenkreuz?
If you have heard my name, then you know of my quest to save the world, and there is a chance that you can be saved. You draw your weapons at me only because you have been misled by untruths. But this is no time for me to waste my powers. Wonder and rejoice. When all is over, I shall explain. I shall demonstrate. But now, place the holy blade in my hand and flee to safety.
We're not giving you the holy blade.
Foolish, foolish. But I forgive you and will save you nevertheless. I can sense that the 4 orphans have been reversed, but the tree of flowing is not yet complete. It is no longer possible to save everyone. I will extend my benevolence as far as possible, even if it makes an overdraft of my own life force. If only 5 in 10 can be saved, I will strive to save 6 in 10. Now, I shall come to take the holy blade. Well, I guess you're gonna have to expend some of your power then. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we're actually fighting with the blade? Okay. Ah! Incomplete order of the cosmos? Why are you so determined to oppose me? Do you not know that the apocalypse is nigh? I don't think we're gonna... Can I heal? Is this healing me? Oh, this does heal me. Okay. Fine, the rights shall save... Okay. He's gonna save as many people supposedly as he can. What is this? Are we actually fighting with the blade? Sword of Narzissenkreuz. In countless stories, the weapon that befits the legendary hero is also the key to opening all gates, required to surpass the climax and reach destiny's denouement. A sacred blade indwelt with great enough reason and will to create and destroy a universe. Or a dream. Oh my gosh, we're fighting with the sword! If I die here... I don't want to die here. Okay, heal up. Heal! Thank you. Guys, I feel like this is a scripted fight. I feel like something has to come and save us at some point. Otherwise, this is going to be really slow. And maybe I'll die because of my incompetence. It appears the violence of the mundane universe. Allow me to... Okay, I can't read that fast when I'm going to die. Okay. So, not a scripted fight. I actually have to win. Or at least get to a certain point. Understood. Why does... Hang on, Ether doesn't have the hydropower in this cutscene. You see his... Though he doesn't have the blue. Okay. So not a scripted fight. I'm not scripted to die. I at least need to survive to a certain point. So something's telling me... The lamentation et triomphe. Why... I gotta make use of the healing we have access to. Like that. Okay, but they actually want me to go to the game and using the Traveler. Which I used to be. I used to be saving up Primo Gems and only use the Traveler. That was about 3 years ago. A bit different since then. Okay, well... That radius expanded quite a bit. Incomplete order of the new cosmos. Okay, this music sounds really epic for this fight. I would expect some like really dark music, but it feels so bright. Allow me to show thee the essence of immortality, the judgment of the rain of blades that transcends the material world. What are we gonna do? The holy blade guides the currents of the nourishing amniotic sea and may enter them to avoid the rain of blades? Where are you taking us? Does reason guide your escape? Futile.
So that means you need to avoid these rift-like things.
Okay, understood. So we don't want to go on the rifts. The rift will not take us back to Narzissenkreuz. It will probably take us into the void, and we don't want that. Oh my gosh. Okay. You dare not face the manifestation of your own shortcomings. Something with the spire. How much can we move? Move around quite a bit. Okay, staying up here is seeming to be pretty good. Uh-oh. That was pretty close.
The Holy Blade is guiding us to go touch this bubble? What the? Does that have some kind of deep symbolism?
Okay. Use charge attacks to unleash special attacks that effectively damage Narcissus.
Wow, what an amazing move! Paimon's gonna give it an amazing name!
Oh my gosh.
It's hereby christened the Cruise Crisscross Cut.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's somewhat scripted. Now we have some powers. This is good for us. Ah! Oh my gosh, this and then also the fight at the end of the Ahhh quest. It's so cool how they make like these super interesting custom fights that even though it only happens once. It's pretty awesome. Uh-oh, that looks dangerous. Whoa, it's like we're splashing all this water up. Ah! Uh-oh, that seems dangerous. How come the charge attack thing's not working? There we go. Okay, here we go. When the sword's glowing, does 100,000 damage. Is reason that which grants you such strength? No, I have noticed. Have you always been in that realm that I pursue? Oh, you who are equal to a world. What are you talking about? Ah! Stop their attack. Okay. Go, go, go! Ah, we did it! We did it! Oh, goodbye. Oh, you're tiny now! You are a small hydro eidolon. Impossible. I have already reached the stage of no return. How have I fallen to this point? And I have lost all control of the primordial sea. Why? Why has this happened? Why? Why did you do this? The new world cannot be born. All will die in a shell, a husk of a dream.
Paimon reckons you're the one who should try waking up from your dream. The end of the world is the kind of thing that everyone should work together to stop.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you have this one vision of how you would like to save the world. You never asked anybody else if they would like it. In fact, that's why I keep saying I don't think people would like to be saved in this way. But you know, I guess you wanted to really impose your views on everybody, and that's why everybody didn't... Your organization kind of was turned into an extremist group that other people didn't want to collaborate with. So yeah, you should have worked together with everybody, because teamwork definitely works way better than trying to solve it by yourself. That's what the Narzissenkreuz Adventure team is all about. I see. The Holy Blade is not on my side. With each swing, it cuts through the universal will that surrounds me. Until at last, my weak ordinary self has returned to its physical body. The primordial sea won't overflow its banks so soon. That creature's already been defeated. That's right. That's right. You know, your world clock, your doomsday clock was wrong. Because if you were talking about the same primordial sea flooding that already happened, then your clock was a little bit late. We already dealt with that issue. That creature's already been defeated. I should have sensed the changes in the values originally entered into the world formula. A variable has descended upon this world. That's right, it's us! We're the variable. So apparently we messed up Narzissenkreuz's formula so badly that you predicted the primordial sea flooding and the end of the world. Oh, about an entire year too late, because we already dealt with that. Well, the thing was, even if we had done this quest right after doing the Archon quest, because they came out in the same update, yeah, you're still too late. so it didn't really work. I'm sorry to tell you that. But also, you should have worked together with everybody else to come up with a more agreeable plan to save the world. Like, if you had, like, teamed up with Risley or somebody else who also had a plan to save everybody, and it kind of worked, yeah, that might have worked out better for you, I guess. Instead, you're trapped down here in the primordial sea. How did you end up like this? Because I thought Narzissenkreuz was a person, but now you're a little... Not just any Hydro-Eidolon. You appear to be a primordial sea Hydro-Eidolon. Funny how that works. I suppose that's more lore we need to figure out. Not everything from outside the universe can be called a presence or variable, but it seems I overlooked one nonetheless. You. The witness of all, the recorder of all, the designer of all. The designer of all? What do you mean by that? We've been called the witness by Zhongli. We've been called the recorder by... Well, we haven't been called the recorder by anybody. It's just that we remember things that even Irminsul doesn't remember. What do you mean the designer? What does designer mean? This is a cool shot too. Only one who is worth a world can bear that title. I once dreamed of becoming one just like you, but that dream is now shattered. All I have done is meaningless. An empty dream. Aww. The sword shatters universes, can create or destroy universes, or a dream. Now we know what that means. The effects in the water are moving around so much. It is so mesmerizing to watch. How are we standing on the water like it's a solid? You know what? This is a world of magic. I don't know why I ask these questions. No, less than a dream even. A dream is at least harmless. But no, you and they, have paid so much for all I have done.
Narzissenkreuz.
Oh, it's you. I didn't see you there.
Oh, once again, look how small Anne is
Compared to everybody else.
Do you know who I actually am?
Names are just labels. But yes, I am most familiar with the two colors that mix in your soul. Director Lyris does not know what has happened. She just holds on to Marianne, who still clings to life. She cannot understand such a complex present and future, and hopes just to retain the past, and so she does the only thing she can.
My name is Anne.
In that case, hello, Anne.
I am willing to forgive you.
What an odd thing to say. From the very start, my plans have had lofty and sacred aims. Selfishness has never come into it. None may judge or critique me or criticize me, nor do I need forgiveness.
Your aims might have been lofty, but your insanity has harmed many. You did not even enter the formula correctly. And what's wrong with being forgiven for a mistake?
And also calling them out for not entering the formula correctly. You are right. I apologize.
So please, Narzissenkreuz, come back with us. There are other people you need to see. This guy seems to be much more cooperative, but a request like that...
Of course.
Huh? Doesn't this sort of thing usually require some inner struggle and hours of persuasion?
I know, it kind of went completely 180 on us, from attacking us and trying to steal the blade from us to completely conceding defeat and now agreeing to cooperate with us unconditionally. In fact, it's almost a little bit suspicious, isn't it? As I have said before, I do not feel that I have done anything wrong. My mission has failed, but the world has been saved nonetheless. Let others mock and curse me. I am empty within now. Only one desire remains.
What is it?
I, too, wish to return to the very beginning,
to the time before the Narzissenkreuz heroes set off on their journey. But that's impossible. We are not masters of our own fate. I no longer even have the power to determine my own dreams. Well, Night Teddy, when you're ready, we'll proceed to reseal the primordial waters, and then we'll leave this place.
So just like that? This seems like a lot that we're doing. That was not what I thought we were gonna be doing. So what is the achievement we just got? An immortal emperor in a mundane universe. Defeat Narzissenkreuz. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you're anticipating that the primordial sea is gonna consume everything, and you're just gonna exist alone with everybody else's consciousness, so that way everybody else's consciousness lives on. It sounds like a pretty boring universe and a pretty boring contingency plan in terms of what happens after you've saved everybody, which is, again, I like the way we saved everybody better, where we, still have the entirety of Fontaine and all its people intact, albeit just a little wetter after mass flooding events. But, you good attempt, I guess. What's up? You don't want to talk with me? This feels like such an odd image to have right now. After the big scary fight we just had.
Are you ready to leave?
I guess so.
Yep, let's go.
We have to catch up. How do we... The entrance is sealed once more with the power of the holy blade of Narzissenkreuz. How are we going to explain this to Caterpillar and Seymour? Well, I guess we don't have to. The whole situation will speak for itself, honestly.
I see. The person who almost saved the world spoke. The holy blade need not be a sword. It could even be a gold-haired outlander. And now the younger sister, who never stood forth as a part of the adventure, has grasped a sword at last. With that, you return to the Narzissenkreuz Ordo.
Are you talking about Marianne? I think they're referring to Marianne. And not Lumine. Right? I don't think Lumine has anything to do with this story. I know Lumine had something to do with the Aranara story, not this one. I think they're referring to Marianne. Okay. With that, we can finally meet up with Caterpillar and Seymour, who are hopefully all okay. Yay, you guys are okay! Plus one more buddy! Wow, you are much larger than everybody else, now that I see.
I knew you'd come back in one piece.
And we're glad that you and Seymour are okay.
In fact, the floor was quickly flooded by the rising water level, incapacitating the security machinery.
Okay, then how did you make it out? Oh, here we go. Of course.
Mr. Caterpillar carried me out under his arm. I said in one piece, and indeed everyone is accounted for. So, how is there one more person here?
Well, allow me to introduce Narzissenkreuz, or rather, what's left of Narzissenkreuz.
Master. You've made progress, Caterpillar. You seem even more human now than you did centuries ago. I thought I'd be more excited to see you, but I feel unexpectedly calm. Over the last several hundred years, I've read many books and have come to understand more about your teachings, as well as some of the absurdities in your theories. Imaged record of the individual known as Narzissenkreuz has been updated. Please do not make any sudden moves, Narzissenkreuz.
Fair enough.
Silly dog, you're not going to initiate your mass annihilation mode again, are you?
I judge that the threat he constitutes to you is low. Still, do not make any sudden moves, Narzissenkreuz. Alain Guillotine's creation. I once saw a bright future for it, that it could perhaps achieve what the ancient people's golems could not. Not that it matters now.
Oh, we fought those guys too. They're pretty strong, but they're not as cool as Seymour. They're pretty cool, but they can't... Most of them are no longer sentient anymore. Most of them.
Could you let me inspect its internals? Just out of a desire for knowledge, of course.
I don't know if we trust you that much yet, dude. Yeah, you know, you gotta win our trust a little bit more. And also ask Seymour, not us.
Seymour's our companion, you know.
Fine. Saving the world is usually just poetic rhetoric one employs to alleviate mental illness. That's a quote. Whether it takes the form of protecting the flame of a candle until the pilgrimage is done. Oh, that's a Nadlan reference. Okay, or writing the story that allows fiction to invade reality. Did you recover from your malady in the end? Master, you now know what became of the Narzissenkreuz Ordo. What will you do next? There may be a hint of irony in your voice when you call me Master, but I will accept it nonetheless. You surely know about your birth. I'm not interested in that anymore. You were simply toying with life, a kind of indifference I find despicable. I will accept that, too.
Your attitude is so negative. Have you given up on yourself?
I will answer your question, then. My offer from before still stands. I will reveal the mysteries to them and answer any questions. Okay, in that case, please take Anne to find out the truth about her origins. You explain the other Marianne to Narzissenkreuz. So that's what happened to the director and Marianne. Yeah, and from the little bit you said, I think we've put the puzzle piece together and confirmed that I think Lyris is just holding on to Marianne's body. And so now Marianne is this immortal fusion Oceanid human with the memories of both herself and Lyris. Is that the case? And then Anne is somehow the mitosis version of the Marianne Lyris fusion? Is that a good explanation? You can clear this up for me. I will help you, of course. It is something I ought to do. Let us go to the kingdom through the looking glass together. Well, as for your wish from before, Paimon, I've done everything I can. I'll be staying out of whatever happens next. Yeah, thank you for supporting us through all of this.
Huh? What wish?
Well, the wish for him to stick around, because he said he would grant a wish, and instead of more on food, you said for him to help us out, right? Is your memory that much more worse than mine? Didn't you ask me to help out? And let me read this again. Is your memory that much worse than mine? Didn't you ask me to help Anne and Seymour? That's a hard sentence. Okay, but thanks.
Oh, right. But why don't you want to come with us then?
I think the next matter is very personal for Anne and Marianne. That scene doesn't call for a character like me. But you, Teddy and Paimon, are different. You're the heroes of this story. Oh, thank you. Yes, the mighty heroine, Paimon. Well, Paimon should actually be.
Be what? You're not about to say something mean, are you, Caterpillar?
Whatever do you mean? You're the kind, guiding fairy at the hero's side, of course.
Fine. Paimon will take that.
Once you finish up over there, let us, things that used to be human, have a little reunion. Should I go with Mr. Teddy, then? Of course you should. I mean, you've been seeking the end of the quest this whole time. You too need an answer, don't you? I apologize. I do not understand. Well, you're gonna finally get closure about what happened to Marianne, so yeah. In that case, Seymour, you wait for us with Caterpillar. It's settled then. When it's just about time, I'll bring you to them. Understood.
Seymour, Caterpillar? Thank you. Shall we? All right, let's go find Marianne.
So how is Act 4? Here we go. How is Narzissenkreuz gonna open the door any differently than how we tried to open the door? Well, hurry up and get it done then. We do need to have that get-together, don't we? The reason why I'm not worried about everything going smoothly is, well, Narzissenkreuz is an absolutely reliable guide, so there won't be any issues with him around. Okay, I trust you, so yeah. An explanation? What do you mean? My operations require energy and commands, not explanations. Still, maintaining a primary directive system and logic module that both constantly returns errors has brought me to the verge of shutdown. Perhaps I do need some assistance. Okay, interesting. So we go from the tower to the institute under the sea here. Is the tower... Oh, the tower is still gone. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, this place is flooded again. Why is it flooded again?
Wait, this is even worse than last time. How is everything back to the way it was?
Anne, you of purest water. Visualize in detail what this place would be like if all obstacles receded before you.
Will that do anything?
Well, I guess that's how Petit Chou did it in the first place, so... Why not? The torch is still lit, though, interestingly enough. Caterpillar said before that the story has already lost its meaning. As such, these imaginary things aren't necessary anymore. This is how it might be for a low-level seeker. However, you are also the master of this place. Some believe the world to only be a prison of suffering, devoid of meaning. But you wield power over this place. So rewrite it, imbue it with meaning. Only the hubris of one who believes themselves above the world can give rise to miracles. Had I not fervently believed I was above the apocalypse, I would not be where I am now. I mean, fair enough. Are you saying that you... Fishies! Oh my gosh, so many fishies! Are you saying that you also believe the world has meaning? Why else would I have made so many plans to save it? On second thought, perhaps Caterpillar was right, and one only seeks the world's salvation to prove that they themselves deserve it.
Paimon doesn't really get what that means.
Only by transforming oneself into a being of light, to bring hope to a darkened world, may one be permitted to enter the eternal kingdom of light after death. Okay, if that's how you see it, then sure. Oh, notably, the oceanid that was hugging the place is gone now. Do you see that? Actually, no. Well, no. Last time we could only see it when the water was drained. So I theorized that when the oceanid is in water, then it just blends in with the water. That didn't happen with Anne, but I suppose that's how it works. Are martyrs who perish for the world's sins undeserving of salvation?
Well, Paimon gets it and doesn't get it at the same time.
It is no matter. My teachings no longer have an audience. Oceanid Anne, can you do what I've said? I'll give it a try. Okay, yeah, so the water drained. Okay, so the oceanid is still there, hugging the tower. Just like before.
Whoa. You're amazing, Anne.
You're amazing, Anne. You're amazing. Thank you, but I don't feel that amazing. Why is that? Because this is something you would normally take for granted. You have simply remembered a fragment of your origin. Let us press on. You are most talented, Anne. Would you like to inherit Narzissenkreuz's... No, I'll pass. Well, even if she remembered her past self where this was easy, she also remembers her current self where she's just done something really cool, so I think you deserve to feel like you're amazing. Let me see what I can do. Oh, the fish still died though. No. Go back. Allow me. Oh, thank you. You're getting the hang of magic, it seems. All right. Seems that Mary Ann, or the Mary Ann in the Anapostys here, in quotation marks, still does not want us here, no matter what. seems to be actively rejecting us. Oh, that's a lot. I must defend this place.
Ay, so many in the play just like that.
I also have people I must protect. My Teddy! No? Oh, I thought you were gonna protect me. I thought you were gonna protect me. We'll make it up faster this way. Okay. Dodge the cannon fire and break through the bubble formation? How do I see who's firing what? Okay, I guess they're only firing one at a time. Okay, I can do that. Go back. I believe in you. Thank you, man. This seems to do it. Okay. I'm not sure I'm doing this correct. But as long as they're not hitting me, that's the most important thing. Prejudice unabashed, I see. Oh, did that work? I should have used this one, would be a better one to do. Well, it worked. Go back. Please, I beg of you.
Marianne's voice really is getting weaker. It's gone from a command to a request. Still, it sure doesn't look like she's begging us.
Can you push yourself still further, Anne?
It's fine. Since we've already come this far, there's no point in turning back now. Forgive me, Marianne, but we must get through this place.
Oh, good job.
You got rid of them all, Anne?
It's pointless to resist the truth. Anne merely denied that futile resistance. Let's keep moving forward.
The door here is shut. How are we going to get inside now? If we can't get in, then we can't get to that dizzying corridor and room and can't jump down to that place where we fired Narcissus.
No problem. Allow me to ensure this visit of ours won't be in vain. Lydell is also nothing more than a figment of the Red Empress's dream. And this time, it's time to wake up. Indeed, that is the case. Who was Lydell again? She was the one who was everyone confused for Marianne. Oh. Okay. The real Anapausis. All of us. Oh, this is not where we're going? Oh, okay. Yeah, like this is the room where we fought Narcissus, but I thought we'd do. Okay, good. We're finally back here. There was. What was in this room before? I don't know. This is just where we come out to the cottage, right? No, what happens is we. Wait. Oh, no, this is how we escaped. What happened is we read the picture book before, and that brought us to the real Anapausis the first time. This was the escape route. Oh, there she is. Why couldn't you just leave us here in peace?
Marianne, we should be able to help you this time. Please, let us in.
No, I don't need your help. Please leave, I'm begging you. Princess Lyris, your story should have you living happily ever after. I won't give up. This barrier is composed of an extremely hard and resistant will, but the Holy Blade is in your hands now.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the Holy Blade should be able to cut through any will that comes from water.
But it does seem kind of cruel to use it here when the person in question appears to not want their will cut down and also appears to not want to be unfused from the person they are fused from. But correct, clever one. I've got it. I guess that's what we're doing. I'm sorry, Marianne. Just bear with us. Don't come back here again. It's warm here, and I like it that way. Don't come to me with your expectations, with that determined look on your face. Just leave me alone.
till this consciousness that keeps its form together fades away. No one needs saving, and that's great. Just let me decay here on my own until everything is broken down, until nothing's a little puddle. Please stop, I'm begging you. Stay away. I mean, that sounds pretty definitive. Are we sure we shouldn't just leave her alone? I mean, we think, once again, Narzissenkreuz thought he was saving everybody by becoming that big primordial sea monster. I mean, but we didn't see it as saving everyone. Are we really saving Marianne by doing this? She doesn't want to be saved like this. I mean, it's the story. This is what has to happen, but this is not what she wants. I don't know if we should be doing this. I don't know if this is not what she wants us to do. Is getting answers for Anne important enough to destroy everything that Marianne has? If nothing, okay, well, I guess we have no choice. Oh, multiple hits. Ah! I'm sorry. You couldn't keep us out. Why are you doing this? Is the truth really that important? What's wrong with forever dwelling on dreams of the past? It may be that the truth isn't that important, but the future is. Indeed, even if you all regard me as a villain, I have never once given up on the future. Wait, you're... That is correct. I am Narzissenkreuz. Renee! Yes, I am Renee. This is who I am now. I am most pleased to see you both, as well as Anne. Your present state could be said to be something beyond human or oceanid, a state of transcendence. As human is to ape, so is superhuman to human. You are now the meaning of Fontaine itself.
Is this a really good time to be saying this sort of stuff? You don't think about anyone else's feelings, do you, Narzissenkreuz?
My apologies. I am responsible for the circumstances that led you all here. It's okay. I've already forgiven him, Marianne. Please, look at this. This is... Oh yeah, that's right. We opened up the pocket watch. And we found this photo of times gone by. This is the eternity I've always longed to protect. Renee? Yes? I can't forgive Narzissenkreuz just yet. But Renee is a different story. The Narzissenkreuz Institute was our home. Why did things turn out this way? It was likely doomed to be thus from the moment Elaine had us act out the story of the hero Narzissenkreuz and the evil dragon over and over. I, too, miss the way things used to be. But Narzissenkreuz was born out of the delusion of salvation. And what a protracted dream that was. But I was roused from that dream. Now it is your turn. It's not a contradiction to accept your past as well as how you'll live your life going forward. That's what Caterpillar told me. The apocalypse has been stopped, and the future's full of possibilities. The future holds more for you than just pain. This, I promise you. If you cannot accept yourself, You could allow Anne to merge with you. Then, use the holy blade of Narzissenkreuz to separate the personas of Lyris and young Marianne.
That won't be necessary. I'm willing to accept the past. Our little hero Anne's adventure is hers alone. I will live on as myself and see what the world you risked everything to save is like, Renee. Huh? The holy blade of Narzissenkreuz is...
Okay, what it is doing what? I see. Your will has been conveyed, Marianne. The holy blade's purpose has been fulfilled, and its significance in the story has ended.
Paimon doesn't totally get it, but does it mean that Teddy won't be able to use that cool title anymore?
That's fine by me. Let us return to the original topic. You said that you'd like to see the outside. But this is now Guillotine's world. I doubt there will be much to see.
What do you mean by that? There's plenty of things to see out in the real world. Have you not seen the Fontaine Research Institute with its cool blocks out there? You know?
Anyway. However, if you can bring yourself to like it, that would be ideal.
Anne, Renee, shall we travel together? Absolutely.
As for me, regrettably, you must allow me to decline. There is still something that I must do.
Oh, okay. In that case, don't forget to give me your address. I'll write to you about what Anne and I encounter on our journey. Just like when you and Jacob would tell me about what you saw in Sumeru. Except, I'm afraid our journey will have to wait a teeny bit longer. Caterpillar did say that we would have a reunion or something.
That's right. He should be here soon. Let's wait a little longer for him, shall we?
Alright, you two do you. Let's take this opportunity to talk to Marianne.
It seems like both Narzissenkreuz and Marianne have kind of turned around a little bit to, like, their ideals have been changed very quickly.
Look, it's all of them as little.
So I assume, that's Anne and Renee, right? Where did Seymour go? Seymour!
Perhaps I should have a toast to us who were once human. Though I don't think any of us could imbibe the way we are now. Was there anything that could not have been said before we set off? I'm just giving you a chance. It may not have been a good time for you to say some things back there. You could tell. Well, it cannot be helped. I've expended too much of my power. I shall not be able to remain myself for long.
Oh, you're little Renee. I guess they're all in their children forms instead of adult forms because this is when they were happiest, right? Or is it also because that it takes less of their power to appear this way? Anyway.
But why? We worked so hard to...
But before I disappear, tell me what you have learned over these last few centuries. I would like to know what sort of dreams you had.
Until I met Knight Teddy and Paimon, I was always searching for Princess Lyris. Even after learning the truth, that I was just a character in someone's dream, I have no regrets. That's because I've already completed the best and greatest adventure of all. Perhaps my reward is being able to turn my dreams into reality.
I was just going back and forth between prison and books, occasionally dreaming about parts of my previous life. There were times when I wondered whether the butterfly became me or I became the butterfly. But once I awoke, I would realize that I was only a caterpillar. The butterfly is also me. But whether it's the future or past me is hard to say. I said, like, future and past, and I was just like, the future me. The future or past me is hard to say. Dreams, magic, memories, esotericism. All that I once held dear now seems worthless to me. During the first 10 years, I focused all my power in preventing the dissipation of my will. During the years that followed, I used that potent will to construct a universe within myself to resist my coming fate. That is how I held on. I suppose it is the same for you. To build a beautiful dream out of the ruins of what was once our home, that is an incredible thing. Marianne was right. It's warm here.
Yes, I know.
I grow weary. Anne, please leave me here. Farewell.
Oh, goodbye. He never did change his name back to Renee, did he?
What if life was just a dream?
Oh, goodbye.
Some of these characters have been around for so long. I think for characters like Farina, it's like her life is just beginning. Whereas for others, this is the end. Goodbye, Renee.
Oh, so this is where the adventure we and Anne came from. No wonder everything was so chaotic. It wasn't finished.
Yeah, I couldn't figure an ending out. At that point, everything had fallen apart. But the more such things happen, the more we want a simple, happy ending.
You know, sometimes you say I, and sometimes you say we. Are you really Marianne? Or are you Lyris, the Oceanid they're always talking about?
I don't know. Well, not that it matters anymore.
Anne, Caterpillar, you're back!
Huh? Where's Renee?
He
was a bit tired, so he went to rest.
Well, Paimon hopes he turns over a new leaf and stops causing trouble.
For someone like him, I suppose the only new leaf is really entrusting the future to those who are left behind in it. Seymour, you can come over now.
Seymour!
Understood.
Hello.
Miss Marianne! Miss Marianne! Your new hair and eye colors are simply dazzling.
Honestly, you silly dog, is that all you can say?
My language center is unable to express the information I am processing.
I know. You're the same as ever.
Sorry. I've missed you so much.
Aww, a beautiful reunion.
Right, so such things happened, huh? Then there's Jacob. Mr. Teddy and Miss Paimon's description largely fits with the facts, but one thing must be added. My power output during combat has been far below expectations. This is because over 30% of my components were damaged during the battle at Elenus and have not been maintained since. I hope you will consider this when evaluating my performance and will choose not to scrap me.
Of course not. You've always been strong and brave. You are much more resilient than we are, Seymour.
Indeed, my designer, Ahhh is Fontaine's leading engineer, and the components I am made of represent the best of the nation's material science and craftsmanship. You're most formidable, Seymour. Thank you for your accurate assessment.
But that's not what Anne was trying to say.
What are your next orders, Miss Marianne?
You decide, Marianne. As far as Seymour is concerned, I'm just Anne.
Seymour, what would you like to do? My primary directive is to accompany and protect you, Miss Marianne, on behalf of Ahhh.
Oh, you silly. Those are my brother's, Elaine's instructions. I'm asking you what you want to do.
I once promised Miss Mamere that once I found my mistress, I'd return to her coordinates and thank her. And that was correct of you. Good dog.
Marianne, do you remember what you once said to me?
Yes. Seymour, I hope you can become the master of your own fate, that in the future, you will do what you want to do, and what you think is right. Miss Marianne, do I understand this correctly? Are you saying that my previously received orders should be regarded as null and void? Yes. So let me ask you again, Seymour. What do you want to do? I wish to remain by your side, Miss Marianne, but I also wish to accompany Miss Mamere. However, I calculate that the spatial requirement of those two wishes are incompatible. Perhaps not. We will be taking a trip to explore this world, and Miss Mamere is an artist, isn't she? Then let our journeys coincide. We will leave our footprints in the desert, in the forests, and in the snowfields, and in the lost city of Ys, and in Arcadia, and in golden Hyperborea. We will enjoy the sights we see and the stories we write together. What do you think, Seymour? I find that's a very reasonable suggestion, Miss Marianne, but I will need to ask for Miss Mamere's consent. Yes, of course. Let us agree to meet here. In any case, I'm eager to meet this artist who's kept you company for so long. Coordinates entered. So, next... Teddy, Paimon, Caterpillar, you were the bravest and strongest of all. Thank you all so much. Wait, so I'm no longer a knight? That story is over. And as for me, for us, you as you are now are the realest and most important of all. And not just in the story where you play the role of a knight. Just like the Holy Blade in the story became a new sword when its mission was complete, so too will the knight return as a new person.
Paimon can't decide if you're praising or criticizing Teddy here.
It's praise, of course. Yay! You've written an end to an unfinishable story, and you've brought us a new tale. We will never forget this.
Oh, come on, there's no need to be so polite.
I've also gained a lot from being able to play my role in this tale.
Oh, I hope you all have a wonderful trip. I know, right?
Marianne, Anne, Seymour, and Mamere. We have a human Oceanid, another Oceanid who has connections to being a human Oceanid, a Gardamek dog, and a Melazine go on a trip together. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy that. The world from 500 years ago was very different to the world today, so I hope there's plenty of new things for you all to discover. Yes, and I am confident we will meet again in the future. Then, it is time for me to return to Miss Mamere's coordinates.
We can come too. Caterpillar, come with us, would you?
Let's go, Seymour. Caterpillar, let's see this through to the end. Yeah, come with us. Very well. I will accompany you. Thank you. Go to Mercy Village. We got the sword! We actually have it! Hero's Blade. When the equipping character does not have an R key, when normal attacks, charge attacks, or plunging attacks strike, a Numa or Osea energy blast will be unleashed, dealing 160% of attack as damage. Oh my gosh! The energy blast type is determined by the current type of the Sword of Narzissenkreuz. Whoa! So remember earlier when I was saying the Traveler should have the ability to switch between Numa and Osea at the Statue of Seven? They didn't add that, but they added this! So in a way, there is a way. Well, actually wait. Only for characters who don't have an R key. So probably... Oh, that's ironic. So it's not going to work on the Traveler? In terms of... The Traveler already has Numa power. But still, that's super awesome. A sword whose power faded when the story ended. It will now embark upon a new journey with the power that remains within it, which commemorates a certain great dream. Travels are full of meetings and partings. Perhaps the only trusty and inseparable companions of a traveler are the sword in their hand and the dream in their heart. Before growing old, the eternal traveler shall pass through many worlds, leaving behind naught but stories beyond count and a slightly brighter future. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. You know, I'm gonna equip this for Ether for now. It's a level 1 blade, but... Awesome. That's so cool that we get to keep it and actually use it. Where would you like to go right... Where would you most like to go right now, Marianne? Well, I've remained for far too long in that imaginary past world. The world must have changed a lot after hundreds of years. I want to see this world beyond the glass wall. I want to experience new stories. Are you afraid, Marianne? I know stories end, but I find it difficult to imagine that everything would end like this. From the moment I was born, the Narzissenkreuz kingdom was everything to me. I understand that you're feeling more uneasy than I am. You were born for this story. But from now on, you must start your own story. Anne's story. And I must slowly step away from the looming shadow of my past. Neither Lyris's memories nor Marianne Guillotine's represents who I am now. We have a long path ahead of us, Anne. But I know you'll be all right. If you find yourself feeling afraid, we can come back here. Even if only ruins remain, a seed that drifts here will bloom. So long as we remain, we can always rebuild a new home. Oh, that's so beautiful. Yeah, Anapausis will always be home for you guys. And you'll always have this home to return you to after all of your adventures. But that's right. It's your time to create your own story now and have your own new adventures out in the world of reality. And I hope you guys enjoy it. There's so much to see. And as travelers ourselves, I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. But yeah, it is time for us to say goodbye to the Anapausis for now. And of course, we can come back whenever we want. Both you guys and also me and Paimon too. Alright, we probably shouldn't walk all the way to the Mercy village, but we can teleport down here instead. That's right, there's so many quests down here with the... Oh my gosh, so many quests down here with the Melazines that I haven't had a chance to do yet. Let's see. Hello, Melazine friends. Hello, hello, hello. Not this way. This way is Mamer's house. Hello, Mamer. Teddy and Paimon and Seymour. You knew to come back? Is it just Paimon, or do you sound a little angry, Mamer? Yes, even without Teddy and Paimon's help, my positioning and navigational modules would have allowed me to return. Incredible! Wait, so you were just surprised? Well, I knew you wouldn't disappear with the token that symbolizes my life and birth. I also knew that Teddy and Paimon would be sure to bring you back. Returning to your side is what I want to do. It's not a concept I fully understand, but logic prompts me to do this. I believe it is correct. That's kind of complicated, and I can't say I understand, but never mind. It's just good that you're back. Oh, and this is... Hello, don't worry about me. I'm just along for the ride. Is that so? Well, you are a fascinating color, and regardless, I'm delighted to see Seymour. I haven't heard from Father since the message Teddy passed on, and then Seymour left. It was difficult for me. Oh, it looks like Mamer doesn't know what happened while you were in a daze. Yeah, when we talked with Elenis, right? Everyone in Mercy Village helped me during that time. That's what made me realize what Father meant. Oh yes, I've been learning a new style of painting while I was with them. Is it even more novel than before? I think it'll be easier to understand. Even the Melazines of Mercy Village can tell what I'm painting now, rather than just saying, oh, how lovely. Wow, Paimon can't wait to see your priceless masterpieces. Oh, and speaking of paintings, Marianne mentioned something. Seymour explains the idea of a joint trip. Yeah, would you like to come with Seymour and Marianne and Anne? There will be so many sights you'll get to see all over the world. And maybe you can even use those as inspiration for your paintings. Really? That sounds wonderful. Let's set off now then. Our around-the-world trip of artistic creations. Yes, let's go. Now, this instant. I'll pack up my art supplies and clothes. You just sit tight and wait for me, alright? Yes, Miss Mamere.
Wow, everybody is so ready to jump to new ideas today. First Narzissenkreuz, and then Marianne, and then Mamere. Mamere, I think, was the most when I was kind of most expecting to be so ready to suddenly drop everything and do something else. But nevertheless, I'm happy for everyone for finally finding peace and understanding with themselves and the world.
Well, you sure are swinging into action. Of course. I mean, if you don't act, your dreams will never come true, right? Paints.
While we wait, let me express my gratitude to you, Mr. Teddy, Miss Paimon, and Mr. Caterpillar. This is based on my own judgment and what, as Miss Marianne says, I want to do. With your help, I have finally been able to complete my task. However, I still do not understand what it means to become the master of my own fate. Fate, you see, is a concept human creates to help them understand things. It is not real.
Well, Paimon doesn't know how to explain this now.
Didn't they tell you? Just do what you want to do. If you always do what you want to do, you'll become the master of your own fate. I see. And what I want to do now is sit here and wait for Miss Mamere.
There you go. Already taking charge of your own fate. Good job, Seymour.
Okay, in that case, Paimon wishes you all a good trip. Thanks, Paimon. Paintings to give them, paintings to give.
Be a good dog and look after Mamere, all right? I will. It is what I want to do. You and Caterpillar arrive outside Mercy Village. So we know where everybody else is going. What are you going to be up to, Caterpillar? So, the tale of Narzissenkreuz has ended. It is time for me to follow my own path.
Where will you go, Caterpillar?
That is a good question, Paimon. And since the beginning of time, only the most determined and resilient of people have found their answers.
There you go again.
I jest. For now, the only thing I can be sure of is that I still owe Lenoir half a story. But I don't know how it ends yet. There's a lot to consider. I don't know where I'll go. But there are a few things I need to find.
Is that so?
So, goodbye, Teddy, and farewell, Paimon. Meeting you both has been the most fortunate thing to happen in this life of mine.
Goodbye, Caterpillar. Likewise. We've had such a fun adventure with you. A lot of twists and turns, but nevertheless, I think we're on our way to sailing off into the sunset with our happy ending and also creating more stories of our own. So I hope you find the ending to yours. Goodbye.
Yeah, take care, Caterpillar. Don't let anyone find out who you really are. That'd be a pain.
The hilly troll smiles before turning to leave. We did it! Oh my gosh, we finished everything! Is that right? Did we really? I guess we're on Elenis's head. Hello, Elenis! Oh, with all this green grass growing. How beautiful. Wow, what a story though. I assume there's still plenty of lore to be found, nonetheless. But we've finally been able to put some closure to... first, we had the Archon quest, and we were able to put some closure to the Primordial Sea incident and to free Farina from her endless opera, giving her a chance to live her own life. And now, we've done the same for all of these other characters in... this is time. That's right. In the Narzissenkreuz story here, who now finally have their own chance to determine their own fates, create their own stories, and put some closure to the story that started hundreds of years ago. There's still some things we don't quite know or understand about, what did that do? What was the benefit of that? Of course, there's still plenty more adventures to be had in Fontaine, and also Natlan, now that we have Natlan unlocked too. But wow. I mean, I guess if I go and explore the world around, we'll find out a little bit more about what exactly happened to Elaine and Marianne and Renee and Jacob that really, you know, what happened between when they were younger and what happened in the end when Renee and Jacob founded the Narzissenkreuz Ordo. And Marianne became fused with Lyris, and Elaine became a famous engineer who put all of those blocks of water in the sky over there. But wow, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna probably have to do some reading now on the lore to see if I can figure out some of the gaps in information. But all in all, that was a great story. And hey, now we have the Formless Society. We have the Narzissenkreuz Ordo logo as an avatar. That's interesting. Narzissenkreuz notes, what left its name behind? What lies spread all over the valley? What reflects itself in the mirror wallet? What symbolizes the lonely world-saving sacrifice? Yeah. Oh, we might be able to finish this. Hold on. Unlock the Shrine of Depths. Where's the last Shrine of Depth? I think we should have the... Wait, where is it? Oh, here it is. Come on. Is the tower gone? The tower is just gone. It's not coming back. Okay. I was not expecting that. Good thing I took a lot of pictures of the tower while it was still here. Because I was not expecting it to... Oh my gosh, I see it all the way over there. I was not expecting it to disappear completely. But nonetheless, that appears to be what has happened. Do I not... Wait, do I not have it? Oh, it comes from the Statue of the Seven, doesn't it? Not the... Oh, I thought it came from the Fountain of Lucine, which we cleared. But no, it's actually the fountain, isn't it? It's actually the Statue of the Seven. Oh well, then I guess next time we will be able to unlock the Shrine of Depths. And then from there we will be able to finish the achievements. Let's see. Okay, this one we finished. This one, we need the Statues of the Seven, and then we need the Statue of the Seven to get this. So when we do this, we're gonna actually clear both of these. Oh my gosh, so cool, so cool. Took us all the way until 2025, but you know what? That's okay. Anyway, I don't know when, but we will be continuing the journey in Fontaine. Maybe visiting some of the Melusines and seeing what they're up to. And trying to put together some of the puzzle pieces of any loose ends from that story. But I think that ending is pretty definitive. That there's a new ending now for a new story for all these characters to be able to write. And I hope they enjoy it. So, with that, thank you all for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone! Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.